Morning I got up and I started thinking about what God was actually saying to me. And one of the things I determined was He was telling me that in the coming days things were going to change. About a year ago I made a prophecy, if you will, that the next 10 years were going to be very, very difficult in our country and that people were going to be very much affected, both in the area of finances and those kind of things. And the result of it was going to be something that um, most of us weren't prepared for. Certainly, we've never seen an economy or a government that operates like it does now in all my life. And I've been here 56 years, but I have friends that have said it's never been like this. I walked through the recessions of the late 70s going into the early 80s and things like that. And I saw the devastation when interest rates went way, way high. But what we're seeing now is we're watching a government and a Federal Reserve System that are trying to hold the values while inflation is parading on. We're seeing difficult things happen. But what I want to say today is this morning I woke up and I was asking the Lord, what is it you would have us to do? And so what I think the Lord is saying right now to people is we need to keep the forward progress of our finances going ahead. Not that we accumulate, but we will accumulate as the result of this. But we need to be willing to give into others' lives. We need to begin to sow greater. In difficult years, if you read history, you find out that farmers didn't stop planting the next year where they might have had a drought or a flood or pestilence affected their crops. What they did was they sowed all the way up to the side of the house. And so what I'm encouraging people to think about is let's not begin to hoard. Hoarders never win. People that hold on to things never hold on to them as long as they think. It's not just about you can't take it with you. It's about what are you going to do with it when you have it. So what I think the Lord is saying, at least to me, and I'm sharing this, is that we need to give. We need to begin to sow, even in greater realms, sow of our time, sow of our finances, sow of our values. We need to sow our values into the world. The world needs our value systems. And so I want to just encourage you today just to take some time and think about what is it that you have to give. The other day, a very poor single woman came up to me and she said, and she gave me a Christmas card and it only had 2 candy canes on it. And another friend of mine actually came up to me and gave me some little tiny cookies. And I know that she's having a difficult time, again, another single mom. And so we need to learn to sow into people. Those 2 girls to me represented the widow's mite, the one who was willing to give the 2 mites that she had in the midst of all these difficult times. Too often our response to this, we know what the biblical response is, give, 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 but we've come into this hoarder kind of thought process in some of the body of Christ. We're seeing our mind act out the antithesis of everything that's biblical that we know to pass. So I just think that I would encourage you to begin to give. This is Christmas, but more importantly, this is what I think God is saying. If I think there's one word for me, my family, in the coming year, it's going to be give all you can. Give all you can. So think about that. Let me know what you think about that. I appreciate people that have called me and written me, and you can email me, whatever it is. Love you guys a lot. Thanks.